Hey everyone, and welcome to GIS Tutorials. Today I'm just going to walk you through the process of adding point data to ArcMap. So let's open up Google Earth, and you can see here we have 3 points on the map. So we have Grand Canyon National Park, New York City, and Walt Disney World. So how do we add these 3 points to ArcMap? Well, one way we can do it is to go over here to My Places, right-click and Save Place As. You can see I've already saved it as myplaces.kml. This will save the longitude and latitude of each point, along with the label and the map symbology. Another way you can save this is open up an Excel file, create 3 columns, location, longitude, and latitude, and fill in the location name and their longitudes and their latitudes. If you need to find the longitude and latitude, you can go back to Google Earth, zoom into one of these points, right-click, go to Properties, and here you can find the longitude and latitude. One thing you'll want to be careful about, you don't want to highlight this degree symbol, and if your latitude or longitude isn't negative, you also don't want to select that space that Google Earth throws in front of it. Both of these things can throw off ArcMap. So once you have your Excel table completely filled in, you'll want to go to File, Save As, and you can see I've saved it as exampledata.csv, and you'll want to choose this comma delimited version. So once we have those, we can open up ArcMap. You can see I already have a base map. So the first way we can bring in these points is go to Arc Toolbox, down to Conversion from KML, and click on KML to Layer. So input KML file, we'll browse to it, myplaces.kml. You can see these auto-populate, and we'll click OK. So here are our points. You can see they look almost exactly like they did in Google Earth. So what the tool actually created is it created a geodatabase with a featured dataset, and it created this feature class called points. So you can actually drag in this points feature class, and you'll see that it adds these little dots to the map. So if you hide the symbolized versions, you can see these little dots. What it also created is this myplaces layer file, this .lyr. And that's actually what's giving you these nice points that look like Google Earth with this nice label that's all dark and nice to read. So if you remove both of these again, go back here, dragging in the feature class just gives you the points, and you can add labels to those if you want. Going back, you can drag in the myplaces.layer, and that will make it look like it did in Google Earth. So the other way to bring these into ArcMap is to go to File, Add Data, Add XY Data. We're going to browse to our CSV this time and add it, and you can see that it auto-populates the longitude and latitude. So longitude is your X field, latitude is your Y field. We don't have any elevation data, that's the Z field. And then you have this box down here, Coordinate System of Input Coordinates. A lot of people think this box is asking, what coordinate system do you want your points to be in? But that's not true. What it's asking is, what coordinate system are your points in? So it thinks we're working in this Web Mercator auxiliary sphere, and that's not correct. So let's click on Browse, Geographic Coordinate System, World, WGS 1984. And for the most part, you'll want to select WGS 1984 or something similar. Alright, so now we have this, and you can click on OK. It doesn't have an object ID, that's fine. Click OK, and now you can see that our points are in here. Now the difference between this tool and the KML tool is our layer over here is just referencing back to that CSV. So this still isn't completely pulled into ArcMap. To do that, you'll want to right-click the layer, to go down to Data, Export Data, Browse, and right now we're just going to save this in our default geodatabase. And I can save it as example data, click Save, click OK, and add to the map. Now if I hide my layer that's pointing to my CSV, you can see that I have a feature class now that I can symbolize to mark the locations, and I can label. And this is another way that you can bring in points into ArcMap.